Everybody's looking for a hero. I am not a hero. That was a part. I played the part. I'm not that man.
Superman, the Christopher Reeve Story, is a moving documentary on the legendary actor and activist Christopher Reeve, best known for his iconic performances as Superman. And while the world knew him as a superhero, to his 3 children, he was simply Dad. Joining us now are his 3 children, Alexandra Reeve Givens, Matthew, and Will Reeve. Hey, you guys.
Hi, nice to see you.
I have to tell you, this is one of my favorite documentaries. It was just so emotional, so heartfelt. Alexandra, what was it like for you watching those home videos?
It was amazing suddenly seeing that, you know, you have home movies, I'll be honest, we'd kind of kept them in a box in the basement for a long time, and so suddenly seeing those memories brought to life on the big screen and just reliving that time together. The first time we sat down to watch this documentary together, we said, wow, we just got to spend 2 hours with our family again, and that was really a gift.
That's so incredible. Matthew, it's been almost 20 years since your father's passing. Why do you think now is the right time to put together this documentary for the world to see?
So, I mean, it wasn't calculated that it would come out like this, just in terms of the way the project originated with an archivist in the UK who approached us. We happened to have some home movie footage. He then sort of went to a production company, then the directors came involved. It just happens that it's all the stars aligned and it worked out well. But what's exciting for us is that, you know, why we wanted to do this is that we wanted to introduce our father and Dana to a whole new audience, a new generation who might not know of him, or really know what happened and what he went through, or to reintroduce him to people who do remember and did know the story, but maybe didn't know the whole story. And we also wanted to tell the definitive story that also shows our dad was not just a guy in a cape and not just a guy in a wheelchair, but that he was, as the poster says, a husband, a father, a hero, and a pilot, a sailor, an accomplished pianist, and all these things, and to make a really sort of honest portrait of who he was.
Will, your mom, Dana, was determined to not let Christopher give up on life after his accident. How integral was she to his survival?
Well, you can't tell the story of Christopher Reeve without my mom, Dana Reeve. They were meant for each other. Talk about the stars aligning. They were, as far as anyone could be meant to be with someone else, they were a perfect match. And she had this unique combination of grace and courage and determination and a humorous spirit in the face of immensely dark challenges. And there's a moment, I would say a moment from the film, but really it's a moment from our life when shortly after our dad was injured, he was feeling that he was going to be a burden on people if he carried on. He wanted, maybe we should just let me go, he said. And my mom, with him in the hospital, looked at him and said, no, you're still you, and I love you. And our dad said that that's sort of what saved his life. That is what reminded him that he had so much to live for, in the form of us as his kids and my mom as his wife, and that life was worth living, and worth living with meaning and purpose and determination. And they both passed that down to us, and we try to do that every day in our own small way.
You know, you each have your own memories of your dad, but was there anything that you learned about him while watching this documentary?
I will say it was incredibly fun watching the footage from the early Superman years and the pre-Superman years when he's a student at Juilliard and doing, you know, all the acting.
Yeah, like the body movement.
The body movements, taking himself very seriously. And then
he was like a serious actor nerd.
Right,
whatever.
And then the Superman role, just suddenly imagining what it is to be in your mid-20s and your career is taking off like a rocket ship. And he was really honest about saying, like, this is wild and
cool,
really fun.
Yeah.
Like, this is really fun.
It.
So I love seeing that, and his friends of the time, Jeff Daniels gives this beautiful interview just describing what that was like to be an off-Broadway actor watching one of your buddies suddenly make good. And what a cool thing. You know, those are stories that just, it meant the world to have that time period come alive for us.
Oh my gosh, his relationship with Robin Williams, so emotional as well. Listen, this was so beautifully done. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Superman, the Christopher Reeve story hits select theaters across Canada tomorrow.